Hello, everybody. I am Sapna Mahadevan, and I welcome you all again to another exciting episode of Mastering the Art of Story Writing. Yes. So, yesterday we saw one of the comedy genres, which was satire, and today there is another different genre that we have planned out for you, right? But then before we go any further into what the genre is all about, of course that yesterday I had told you that it is something to do with apocalypse. But then what in an apocalypse? That is the question, right? But before we delve any deeper into what the genre for today is specifically, I would like to take you through the format of the show. Yeah. So, all of you viewers who have been seeing me from the past 2, 3 episodes already know how our format works. Yeah. But then, for all my new viewers who are watching me live today, I would like to take them through what's happening. Yes. So, let's quickly see what is the format of the show. What are the things that we are going to do today? Yes. Okay. So, of course, the first segment that we have is Break the Ice. And there are some interesting questions that I pose out to you. And you are supposed to give me some answers. And I have been seeing that my audience really amuses me with their answers. Yes. So I really have fun in the Break the Ice segment. And then we have Theme of the Week. And then what are the essentials in an apocalypse? That is the other thing that we would be seeing. Then you can also share your story. Then we will have apocalypse story plot writing. So, what are the essentials in writing a story plot with apocalypse as the genre? And then, how can Planetspark not have some fun activities for you? Yes. So, in Planetspark, as we all know, fun and learning go hand in hand. Yeah. So, then, of course, there are some fun activities planned out for today as well. And then we are also going to look at how we can edit an apocalypse story plot. And then, of course, as we always do, we would be recapping the learnings and then have some small little fun things for homework. Yes. So, are you all ready to come into this journey with me? Yes. Okay. Shower some love. Show me some thumbs ups. Give me some comments. Yes. Great. Great going, guys. Come on. Let's then not waste any more time and directly go ahead to what the theme of the day is. Yes. I am very excited in revealing the theme of the day out to you. Um, okay, no, sorry. The first segment was Break the Ice, right? How could I forget? So, I'm going to take you through some fun questions. And as we go through Break the Ice, the first question that I'm going to pose out to you is: are you an early bird or a night owl? Yes, this is one of the questions that we also had earlier on. But then, to all my viewers, I'm posing this question once again: are you an early bird or a night owl? Tell me, give me some comments, punch in your answers, and let me know if you like getting up early in the morning, or do you sit back late and then get up very late, maybe. Of course, not early in the morning. Tell me. Okay, I can see some night owls there in the audience. Okay, this time around there are some early birds as well. I remember from last time that there were majority of the people were night owls. So yeah, now it's fun to see that there are some early birds as well. Great. You people who have already watched me might know that I love to get up early in the morning. I really, really love and cherish my morning time all alone, sipping my cup of tea maybe, and just planning out the day ahead. And that really gives me a boost to get up early in the morning and then plan everything out. Yes, I am a big planner at that. Okay, so great. Yeah, some early birds as well, and then some night owls also, I can see. Great. So thank you for those responses. Keep them coming, and let us have another interactive session, and let us have fun here. Yes, that's the whole point. Okay. So let's move ahead to the next break the ice question, which is: what's your favorite flower or plant? Tell me, which is your favorite flower or a plant, maybe. Anyone has a green thumb here? Give me your answers. Yes, I can see Varun writing to me that he loves roses. Okay, great, Varun. That's good to know. Roses are anytime good. And then any other comments here? Okay, let me tell you. I think I'm a very succulent person. So that's the in thing that's going on in trend these days, right? Succulents are very much in trend. So any of you who doesn't know what a succulent is, it is, I can tell you, it is a kind of, it has bushy leaves, and it is very adaptive. It stores water in its leaves. So that ways, it is a very low maintenance plant, and I love having jades and cactus at home. Yes, so I love my succulents. Okay, I see Ria commenting that she loves indoor plants. Great, Ria. That's good to know. It also purifies the air, I believe. Yes. Okay, then there's Nipam commenting that she loves hibiscus. Okay, great. The shoe flower. Yes, good. That's also a good option, Ria. Great there. So thank you again for all those responses coming in. And let's move ahead to the next break the ice question. Yes. So what's the next question? Okay. So, what's the last great TV show or movie you watched last? Okay, that's the question. Which is the last movie or TV show that you watched that you loved? Tell me, viewers, what is it that you watched? Okay, let me check the comments here. Great. So, Kanak says that she watched Dynamo the Magician. That is a fun TV show to watch. Even I have seen it sometimes. They show a lot of magic tricks, right? Incredible, unbelievable magic tricks, right? Yes, Kanak, that's a good choice. Great. Okay. And then are there any other comments coming in? Okay. I can see Sai telling me that he loves the Jurassic Park series. Okay. So that's, yeah, that's, so you love the dinosaurs, huh, Sai? Great. So yeah, all kids love the Jurassic Park series. That's lovely. And I, for one, what I can remember is last night I saw a TV show with my son, which was Snakes in the City. So he likes all these creepy creatures. I'm not a fan of them, but then I had to watch it with him. Yes. So that was the last TV show I saw, and it was quite good. It was exciting to see how these people are. Catching hold of all these snakes that are there in the city when they get a call. Yes. So even, yeah, that was good to watch. Great. Okay. So thank you for your responses again. And let me get going to the other question in the Break the Ice segment, which is, what's your favorite sandwich? Okay. Hearing this itself, so sorry, hearing this itself, I'm getting, hungry maybe. I would love to eat a sandwich right now as well. Okay. So yeah, punch in your comments and let me know which is the sandwich that you love having. Give me a moment here, guys. I'm just coming back to you. Great. So yeah, punch me some answers and let me know which is the sandwich that you most love. Okay, there are some mayo sandwiches that I can see here, dripping with mayonnaise. Okay, great. That's a lovely one. I know kids love their mayo sandwiches. Great. Okay, I can tell you that I love these spicy potato sandwiches. Yes, I can. I have them with my tea, and it's sort of a comfort food for me. I can have it any time of the day. Yes, so spicy potato sandwich is what I would go for usually. But then, yeah, mayo sandwiches, okay. And then I can see Varun also telling me that he loves his cheese sandwiches. Great. And he's telling me that he loves a pile on, the one that builds up. Okay, great, Varun. I don't know how people manage to eat that. Yes. Okay, lovely. Thanks for those responses. Great. So that was some of the sandwiches that we saw that you viewers love eating, right? Okay, great. So then let's move ahead to the last icebreaker question, which is, what does your favorite shirt look like? Okay, maybe some colors or some prints. What is it that you like in your favorite shirt? Tell me, tell me, tell me. Yellow shirts, okay. That's the color choice that you're giving me, okay. I have a blue shirt which has anchors all over, and I think it suits me. So that's my one of my favorites. Yes, okay. And I can see Ria telling me that she has a shirt which says "My mom is the best." So that's her favorite. Okay, great. So yeah, we have so many apparels these days with a lot of fun things written on them. Yes. So great option. Yes, that's good to know, Ria. Great. So yeah, that were the option. That were the comments we got for break the ice and what does your favorite shirt look like? Lovely. Lovely, 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 guys. So let's keep interacting like this and make this a fun session. Yes? Okay. So now finally, we come to what is going to be the theme for today. Yes? Any guesses there? What do you think would be the theme for today? Okay, we know that it is apocalypse, but then what in an apocalypse? That's the question. What do you think would be the specific theme for our story writing genre? Tell me, tell me, tell me. Okay, someone here says horror. Okay, I think horror is, I can say, quite close, but then it's not exact. So, what do you feel? Okay, let me then reveal it out to you. What we are going to do today is zombie apocalypse. Yes, it is zombies for today, right? So, what is an apocalypse, you may ask, right? So, apocalypse is any event, which results in great destruction and a violent change. And when these events are created or triggered because of zombies, then that particular genre of story writing is called zombie apocalypse, right? Yeah, so that's the theme for the day, zombie apocalypse, and the complete destruction of the world, preceding the establishment of a new world and heaven. That is what you get to see in typically zombie apocalypse type of stories. Yes. Okay, and we have always seen, history has evidence that mankind is always fascinated with all the things or maybe situations which is like unheard of, right? So we don't generally see zombies roaming around in our cities, do we? Okay, so no, that's something, it terrorizes me even to think about it right now. But then, yeah, that doesn't usually happen. So mankind is always fascinated to know of things which he doesn't know about, right? So that is why this type of genre, the zombie apocalypse genre, it really captivates your audience, right? So, any of my budding authors here who want to take a hand at writing a zombie apocalypse story writing, then do stay tuned in and keep listening. And let me all tell you all the tips and tricks that are required for a zombie apocalypse. Yes. So, are you ready to go into this fun ride with me? Yes. Give me some thumbs ups. Okay, great. There are some smileys as well coming in. Great. Okay, so this particular kind of genre, it gives shivers down the spine. Yes, and I, for one, I really know when I have seen a couple of movies with this genre, but then for me, it's like I want to see what's going to happen next. But then my heart is pounding, and I am really not sure whether I could be seeing it. Yes. So if you find me watching a zombie apocalypse kind of a movie, then you will always see me doing this. Okay, can I watch? Should I? Shouldn't I? So that's what I keep doing, and it's really fun. Your heart is racing, and you really want to know what's going to happen next. But then all the gory details sometimes get to you. Yes, so that's what it is all about. A zombie kind of a story writing. So you would have already got an idea or an inkling of how this will work ahead. But then let me particularly take you to all the points and details of what all you should include in your story plot. Yes, great. Okay, so let's quickly move ahead and see what are the essentials in a zombie apocalypse story. Right? Great. So again, there are three main characteristics that you can specifically point out in your apocalypse story. The first one here, which comes out, is doomsday setup. Okay, this particularly tells you about when is your story taking place. So has the destruction already happened? Has your in your story has the world already come to an end, and you're showing the aftermath, or is it like it's going to come to an end and you're showing what all is preceding that, right? So you get a gist of what is doomsday setup, right? It is nothing but the timeline that your story is taking place in. Yes. Okay, so that was the first main characteristic that we saw, a doomsday setup. And then the second main characteristic that you're supposed to keep in your story plot for an apocalypse genre is cause of the doomsday, right? So why is this doomsday happening at the first place? Yes. So since we are discussing zombie apocalypse, so yes, we already know that zombies are the cause of the doomsday. Yes. So that is the second main characteristic. So first, you're going to talk about your timeline. That is the destruction, has the destruction already happened, or is it yet to happen? And then what is preceding that? And then you will be discussing about, since this is a zombie apocalypse, we'll be discussing that zombies have to taken over, and that is why this whole destruction is happening, right? Okay. So now we already saw two main characteristics, and then now we go ahead and we can see the third main characteristic, right? Okay. So the third main characteristic, of course, is the mode of survival, right? So after the timeline, then you have discussed, you have given details about the zombies, and then you come to the survival mode, right? So there would be a protagonist in your story plot, who would be like the hero of the plot, and how does he save the world from the zombies? Yes. So that is the mode of survival. So how did the humans in your story survive the zombies attack, right? So that is what you would then discuss in the mode of survival. So that is how your sequencing of events would be. To reiterate, it would be first the timeline, then second the details about the zombies, and then finally the mode of survival, right? So these were the three essentials that you would definitely want to put in into your story plot for a zombie apocalypse, right? Okay. So I hope all my viewers are here with me, and they are getting the gist of what I am trying to portray in the zombie apocalypse story writing. Yes. If you are all able to understand what I'm trying to put out here, then please do give your thumbs ups, and let me just check out that I need not reiterate the points again. Yes, give me your thumbs ups. Okay. Okay, I can see quite a few of those emojis coming in there. So great. So let's move ahead to the next segment. And here I would be giving you a storyline just as a reference, so that you have a better understanding of what we are trying to say here. Yes. Okay. So now you try and imagine the storyline. So when we say the doomsday setup, you can start it with the world is about to end. So the world is coming to an end, or the near is just about to come. Yes. So these are some of the statements that you can put in into your story plot, and you can make your readers understand that the doomsday, what is the timeline that you're looking at. Great. Okay, so that was the number one storyline pointer. And then you will discuss the cause of the doomsday, that is the zombies are attacking. Yeah, right? So you would want to put in some more description into that, and then you can tell them, you can give them details about how are the zombies actually attacking, right? Great. So that is the second pointer that we are looking out here. And then finally, you can give a scenario of a mode of survival, right? So we have taken an example of, there is a uncharted territory, which is an underground world. And you fall into that accidentally, and then you discover that zombies cannot be coming here. So you have a place where you can actually survive from them. Yes. So that is what you will be talking about in the mode of survival, right? So you fall into an underground world, and then how you take it up from there. Yes. So the three main characteristics, we have given you the examples of how that storyline pointer works. Yes. So now let's move on and then check out what is the next segment that we have here, right? Great. So the next segment that we have here is very exciting. It is share a story, right? So as always, we have come up with this segment where you can share your stories with us, and tell us what you may be wanting to write in your story plot. Yes, great. So have you seen any zombie dreams, maybe, or maybe have you ever felt that the world is going to come to an end? So how is it? How that is going to happen? Right? All of these pointers are some of the things that you can be sharing the story about. Right? And you can also tell me if you have seen some good zombie movies recently. Yes. If there is nothing that comes to your mind of how you are going to write that story plot until now, then you can also tell me some of the good zombie movies recently that you may have watched. Okay. So give me some comments there. Keep it coming. Let me know which is the zombie movie that you saw recently. Great. I'm waiting for your answers. Okay. Okay. Ria says that she has watched World War Z with her dad. Okay, great. That's that was a good zombie movie. Yes. So yeah, let me tell my viewers that this was a movie where a former UN employee he gets to know that he has to race against time and he has to find a cure to this threatening zombie menace, and humans are all turning into zombies in this movie, right? So this movie again is based on a very popular novel. So yeah, Ria, that was a good movie to watch. Okay, great. So yeah, so these are some of the movies. Resident Evil, great. Yeah, thank you for those responses. So these are some of the movies that I'm seeing that you have watched on the zombie theme. Yes. Okay. So tell me, were they fun to watch? Were you also watching it just like the way I watch zombie movies, or were you brave enough to watch them? Tell me. People, tell me. Well, okay, they are giving me thumbs ups. So I think you're braver than me. Yes. Okay. I really enjoy these kind of movies, but then sometimes the details get to me, and I really want to skip those gory little details there, all those visuals. Yes. Okay, but the story plot I really love. How they take it forward from. They show how they have survived, and then finally we can say, "Yay, we have, finally got rid of the zombies." Yes, so that feels as if you were also in the midst of all of this chaos that's happening, and then finally you seem to be relieved. Yes. Okay, so that's the beauty of visuals. That's the beauty of even story writing, where you can entrance your audience into giving all of these details and taking them into that imaginary world. Yes. Okay, great. So I hope that with all of these learnings that you have had from these past couple of sessions, all my budding authors will definitely write a nice piece, maybe a short story. Yes. And let us know what you have written. Yes. Okay, great. So that was a segment that we always love bringing out to you, where you can share your stories with us. Yes. So now let's move on to the next segment, which is the zombie story plot writing. Right. Great. So now we have seen what are the three main essentials that you need to keep in your plot, right? Now we also have some tips that you can incorporate into your story plot writing. So let us go through it one by one. So the first tip here is that you can take your story into uncharted territory. So what does that mean, right? So uncharted territory is any territory which has never been mapped earlier, right? You're exploring a new territory. You don't have any idea of such a territory, right? So just as in the storyline pointers we discussed with you, that there is this mode of survival where you fall into an underground place, and you see that the zombies don't know about this place, and you can actually be saved from them. So that underground world becomes an uncharted territory, right? So you can always take your story into some kind of an uncharted territory, and then you can tell it from the zombies point of view, right? Of course you can give it historical significance, and then maybe place your characters in a fort or a castle somewhere. Yes, that gives even a more so the castles and all of those things give a more detailed visual of that particular place. Yes. So we normally see ghost stories, and stories like these horror ones are always around some old castle or an abandoned mansion, maybe. Yes. So that gives you the feels. Yes. So you can place your characters in a fortress or a castle, and then maybe make it a countdown, so you're always racing against time. So that gives the audience, or even the readers of your book, a particular thrill. If you have got all the time in the world, then it is like, okay, we can find the answers anytime. But then when you're racing against time, and there's a particular deadline, and you want to get rid of these zombies before that particular deadline hits, then that is when you get your adrenaline pumping. Yes. Okay, so that gives you the thrills and the shivers down your spine, and that's what we are all wanting to give our readers. Yes. So you can make it a countdown, and then take the backdrop of maybe an outbreak. Okay. So that gives even more details, and it's fun to watch. Yes. Or fun to read even. So these are some of the tips that we could think of. Maybe you can think of some other plots that you can introduce into your story, and thrill the audience, and even more, yeah, a notch up maybe. Great. So yeah, so some things that we could think of are: take your story into uncharted territory, then place your characters in abandoned mansion or a castle somewhere, and then tell it from the zombies point of view. Then you can give it historical significance, make it a countdown, and then take the backdrop of an outbreak. Right. Okay. So great. So these were some of the tips that you could be introducing into your plot. Great. So again, when we see this in storyline format, then you can say that the fall underground into a mirror world with no humans. So that's why it is an uncharted territory. Remember, I told you that an uncharted territory is which has never been explored before, right? So there are no humans there, and zombies are killing everyone, and that's the zombies' point of view. Yes. And then you can also say that the zombies have emerged from a historical monument, so that thereby you're giving it a historical significance. And then you can make it a countdown by saying that there are only 24 hours, by which time human race would have been totally destroyed, and there would not be even a single person alive on this planet, right? So that's how you create this racing thrill in your readers, right? Okay. So then moving ahead, you can give it a scenario of an outbreak, and you can say that the people are running for lives, and only a few humans are alive, who are the protagonists and who are trying to save the world from this doomsday. Yes. Okay. So that was the storyline pointer that we had for you. Great. So moving ahead, okay. So this is the segment that most of my viewers are excited about. Yes, are you excited to see what are the books and the authors which we have for you today in the Match the Author segment? Yes, okay. So great, yeah. Smileys again, great. Okay, so I think you would have done your homework, and you would know some of these answers. Yes, great. So let me show you all the options that we have in the Match the Author segment. Great. Lovely. Okay. So one side, as you all know, we have the authors, and the other side we have the books. But then these are all jumbled up, and you need to tell me which is the correct book and who is the author of that book. Yes, great. So let me read out all these authors and books to you, and punch in your comments and let me know if you know the correct answers to this. Okay, right. So the authors are Max Brooks, Colson Whitehead, Stephen King, Mike Carey, and then the books that we have are Cell, Feed, and then World War Z, The Girl with All the Gifts, and then Zone 1. Okay, so those were the authors and the books that we have for you today, right? And tell me, viewers, do you have an idea of who is the author who has written the books? Tell me your answers. Okay, so there are a few comments coming in with World War Z written by Max Brooks. Okay, I can give that out to you because that's a very famous one. Yes. Okay, great. And then are there any other answers for me? Okay, let me check out the comments here. Um, this might carry for cell. Is that the right answer? Tell me, viewers, is that the right answer? For one, I don't think that's the correct answer as of now. Okay, Mike Carey, what has he written? Okay, I can see that one of my viewers is telling me the girl with all the gifts. Maybe that's right. I would reveal the answers to you in a little while from now. Again, I can see many of you giving me World War Z for Max Brooks. That is the right one. I can tell you that much. Great. So, okay. So now let me reveal the answers to you and you can match your answers, right? Okay. So let me tell you, these are the answers that we have. Okay. Let me move on to the previous slides and tell you that Max Brooks was correct for World War Z. Yes. And then Colson Whitehead was for Zone 1. And then we have Stephen King for Cell. And then Mike Carey we have for The Girl with All the Gifts. So one of the viewers had given us the right answer for that, right? Great. Lovely. Lovely to know that. Okay, thank you. Thanks to you, actually, viewers, that we get to bring all these episodes out to you because, we know that you love watching them, right? Okay, that's thanks again. Thanks again for all those comments coming in. And we are really very thrilled that the audience loves the concept that we have come out with, and that really makes all our efforts worthwhile, right? So yeah, thanks to you, my dear viewers. Yes. Okay, so now we are done with this fun activity alert, and now I'll quickly move on to the next segment, which will talk about editing of a great zombie story, right? So this is about all about finding your unique mix. So what are the things that you can do to edit a great zombie movie, right? So first things that you need to keep in mind is that you invest into your characters, right? So you give all these details about your characters, and you can talk about your protagonist, who is the protagonist, what do they do for a living, maybe, and then you can start from there, and then um, although they are an ordinary person in your story plot at the beginning, but then finally in the climax when they save the world, they are the hero of the story, right? So you can talk about your heroes, and then you can make zombies function as obstacles. Yes. Then you can give some depth and complexity to your human characters, right? Because that is all you have when you write a book, and you want your readers to imagine all of that going in in their heads, right? So you need to invest into the characters and give a lot of details about them. Okay. So that was the first tip that we have for editing a great zombie story. Yes. Okay. So then the second thing that you could be doing is you can describe the zombies in a more deep kind of a way, right? So you can make them look deadly, and you can tell how did they originate, yes, and then what was the method by which they were killing the humans, yes. So in some popular fiction series, we have seen that the zombies are trying to bite the humans, and then humans also turn into zombies, and then how one by one all the humans are getting consumed by these zombie characters, and then there are only a couple of maybe characters left in our story plot, right? So this tension building is what we need to write a zombie apocalypse story. Okay. Great. So that was the two things that we saw already. Invest into your characters and then describe the zombies in detail. Yes. Okay. So now let's see what is the third thing that you would want to have in your story plot, right? So this is the survival aftermath, right? So enough of all those drama there. We have told our readers of we have given them all the details of what's happening, what's the deadly things that are happening in our story, and then now they want to really know that how are these people going to survive, right? So then this is the fun part where everyone gets some hope that okay, not everything's bad. We can really survive. So let's see how the climax is going to really show us how are these protagonists going to help the world survive. Yes, so that's the hope that we have at the end of our book. In the survival aftermath, you can always talk about, you can give your survival a lot of description, okay, I'll come down to the story pointers, and I will describe it out to you in more detail of how you can be doing that, right? And you can then portray the devastation that had been caused by all these zombies. And then the most important thing is give a message out to your readers, right? So hope is the glaring message that we give out to our readers when we say that we can survive this. Yes, okay, great. So then let me explain it out to you in even more detail by using these storyline pointers, right? Okay. First things first, you're telling your best friends, right, to jump underground to survive. That is, you're investing into your characters and telling them that there is an uncharted territory where you could be saved if you go into that territory, right? So you gather all your friends and you tell them, the people who are remaining in your world, you tell them that you can jump into this underground world and you can save yourselves, and then we can think of you. We would maybe get more time to think of how we can survive this zombie attack, right? So that is what we wanted to talk about when we told you about invest into your characters, right? Okay, and then how do you describe the zombies, right? So you can say that the zombies are approaching with their long claws and blood dripping from their mouths. I know that's a gory detail, but then you can always thrill your audience with that bit of information there. Yes, so that is how you describe your zombies, right? And then you can also use some ghoulish images, which gives your readers a real shiver down their spines. Yes, okay. So we are not trying to make someone afraid of all these characters here, but then the point is that they get the message across that these are the deadly characters we are trying to survive from, right? So, if you want them to create an imagination of how these zombies look like, then you have to give them some details, right? Otherwise, it'll become plain boring if you don't give them those details, right? So that's what we mean by giving, describing your zombies. Okay. Okay. And then the next thing, which I really love, giving out in a zombie apocalypse, is the survival part. Okay. So I'm all in for the survival. Yeah, I can see some thumbs ups coming there. Okay, I know as humans, we all have this feeling where, hope is what makes us go ahead, right? Yes, yes, yes. I am also in agreement with you that hope is the one thing that keeps us going. Yes. So the survival aftermath is the one thing that your readers would be particularly interested in after all the details that you have given them, right? So what can you incorporate in the survival aftermath? Okay, so as an example, what we are telling you is, since now our uncharted territory is an underground pit, right? So now we don't have anything there. There are no humans, and we have nothing to eat for days, right? So we need to be patient, and how courage kept you alive, right? So we stayed underground without any food and water, and whatever we had with us, we tried to deal with that situation, and then with a lot of courage and patience, we survived that zombie attack. So that is the clear message that we want to give out to our readers, right? Great. So that is the storyline pointers with which we explained out to you that how you can edit your great story there, right? Great. So now moving ahead, yes, we have an exercise for you. This is a small exercise where you can choose your characters the protagonist, the zombies, how do you want them to look, and then you can always take the learnings that you have had from this session of mine and incorporate all of these learnings into your story, and maybe write a short story or a paragraph on a zombie apocalypse. Yes. Give me some thumbs ups and let me know whether you're going to do that. Yes. Is this genre interesting enough for you to try it out? Yes. Okay, there are some thumbs ups coming in. So yeah, so that gives me a thrill, me also a thrill, that my audience is really eager and really willing to try out all the topics that we are bringing out to you. Great. Lovely. Lovely. Thank you for that. Okay. So we also have a tip for you, that you can start with an outline of topics and identify the highlights, and then you can build up your human characters from there, which is equally important, right? So yeah, so do this fun exercise and then maybe share your story with us and let us know how your zombie looked, right? Okay. So then we move ahead and then we have the recap for our session today. Okay. So what were the things that we saw that you need to incorporate into your zombie apocalypse, right? So let us quickly go through these points here. There were three main elements that I can remember, right? So the first one was that it has to have a doomsday setup, yes, and then you have to tell your readers what is the cause of that particular doomsday, yes. So doomsday was the timeline, and then what caused that particular doomsday, yes, and then finally your human survival, yes. Great. So then your main plot can also include all the details about your zombies, and then you build up your characters, you give them some fancy adjectives, or maybe you form an outline of how your characters look like, what do they do for a living, yes, who are there in their family. So you can thereby, you can make your story revolve around them, and you can give your readers a sketch of how your characters look like, right? And then you can tell about the uncharted territory that you're going to speak about in your story. Then you can give a point of reference about the zombies view there, and then as we discussed, you can be giving an historical significance, and then place your characters in a castle or maybe an abandoned house somewhere in the woods, or whatever you can think of, right? So that's all up to your skill of imagination, right? Okay. And then finally you can edit your story plot by describing the zombies, and the fun part where you give your readers the clear message of hope, yes. HOPE, hope. Hope is all that we have when we are reading such kind of a story plot, right? And we really want our characters to be alive, and the world to function normally back up again, right? Yes. So we are in a pandemic even now. And I know that most of you can relate to these events happening here with a pandemic as well. So that would be like an outbreak that you can mention in your story. And since now we have a live experience of how a pandemic works, so the news that we have heard, and the stories of different people that we have heard during this pandemic time, we can also incorporate that into our story. So we have a lot of material there, right? Okay. So finally, we disclose the survival aftermath, and we end the story by telling them that how the protagonist of our story finally survived and attacked all the zombies. Yes, great. So that was the recap that we had for you. And I really hope that all of my viewers here were really entranced by all the points that we had for you. And you will definitely go ahead and try writing a zombie apocalypse short story, maybe. Yes. Okay, great. Lovely. I can see those smileys. Yes. And I know that you're going to try it out for me. Great. Okay. So then let's move ahead. So that was the homework that we had for you, where you write a story and then maybe write a first draft. And as I always tell you, practice makes one perfect. So keep doing it again and again and again until you are perfect. Yes, great. So the tip here is that you start with an outline of topics that we discussed in today's learnings, and then identify what are those highlights that you can apply to, right? Great. Lovely. So now we are coming to the end of our session, and I would now like to tell you what is the next genre that we have planned for you, right? So let me give you a recap. The first episode was about murder mystery, yes. Then the second episode was about jungle adventure. Then the third one, yesterday we had about satire, which was a comedy genre. And today we saw zombie apocalypse, right? So you can see how we have a different and unique concepts that we bring out to you. So today I'm going to tell you what is the next genre that we are going to see in the other episode that we bring out to you. Yes. So okay, do you want to see what is the next genre? Yes. What's next? Great. So it's a crime story for tomorrow. Okay. So keep on watching me here in this episode in PSTV, and we will definitely work harder to bring all these contents to you. And tomorrow, do come back again to watch me and give you an idea of how you can be writing your own crime story. Yes. Great. Thanks a lot for watching me, viewers. And as always, I'm filled with gratitude. And I would like to tell you to take good care of yourself. And until we meet next time, bye bye. I'm Sapna signing out. Bye.